They are the world's biggest animals. So if you think that if they sneezed, they'd need a pretty big tissue, you're right. Well, our next guest actually watches and waits for whales to shoot their snot into the air to collect it for research. What a job. Please welcome marine biologist Dr Vanessa Pirotta. How are you?
Hi, welcome. Oh my God.
What on earth possesses you to do this for a living?
Oh, well, it's funny the things you do when you start a PhD. I went down the snot track.
Yeah.
Could have collected whale poo, but whale snot seemed like the better end.
When you say snot, is it snot? Snot comes out of a nose, right?
I'm not joking about this. It's basically...
That's right. Yeah.
You fit right in here.
Thank you. It's basically that very visible plume that you see as a whale comes to the surface to take a breath. That is not just water.
Oh.
We used to think it was just water, but it's not. But rather, it's a visual, biological mixture of health information.
From the blowhole.
From the blowhole.
So do you collect the whole lot?
Well, we try to.
Right. And how do you actually do this?
Yeah, they're
Pretty
blowhole.
much.
So if you think of our nose, we're mammals. They've got a nose, but it's just on the top of their head. So they have two blowholes.
So if someone's taking a drink of water and then they hear me tell one of my amazing jokes, it comes out their nose.
It would
That's
come out
what
of their
it
nose,
is.
yeah.
Right. So how do you actually do it? Is someone like riding up the... How do you... with the little Petri dish?
Well, it used to be that we would collect health information from whales that had stranded, which case their health was compromised, or whales that were hunted. Nowadays, we can use emerging technologies such as drones.
Wow.
Which is so cool to do this. People used to use poles and with a Petri dish, which is... I'll show you our drone. So this drone here is really
So
revolutionised.
we're seeing the drone in action now. Oh, my God. So the little thing comes up and what, you just float above the whale and hope to catch some of the...
It's amazing how we do this. So first of all, I must admit, I'm not a great pilot, so my piloting skills is not the best. So I've collaborated with a fantastic team here in Sydney, Heli Scientific, and together we've got a pilot and science coming together to be able to collect whale snot.
So the drone hovers above the hole?
Yeah, so what actually happens is, unfortunately, whales don't just stay in one spot.
No.
So they're moving, especially off Sydney. So what we do is we launch the drone from the back of a boat. Then once we spot whales, I'll try and work out the behaviour, and then the drone pilot, Alistair, goes out and once in position, he can hover. And just I might add, we have permits and scientific licences and animal ethics to do this. And then once we're in position, you can just see the whales as they're about to come up from underneath the water. And then as the whale goes, you essentially, Alistair opens the lid.
Yeah.
The drone then goes through the petri dishes where we
Fly through the
fly through the whale snot.
Oh, my God.
And
What do you do?
stuff.
And then
What do you do
after
with the what do you do with the snot once you've collected it in the petri dish?
Oh, that's the fun bit. So because I'm
Is it,
collecting
Vanessa?
bacteria,
Is it really?
it's very fun.
Okay.
So we put it on ice, we take it back. I go back into the laboratory at Macquarie University, and then I process the samples, and then basically we try to work out using very technical ways what type of bacteria are living in these whales' lungs.
And what does that, for someone who... Because my favourite animal is actually the blue whale, but what does that actually tell you about it for a layman?
Well, essentially, we can't take a whale to a vet.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so big. So it's
Because the queues are just terrible.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Exactly,
Money.
as many people would know. So this is a remote way of trying to build the picture of whale health, so collecting a snapshot of their health.
So see if they've got any viruses.
Exactly, and in fact, we have published work on this, which is great. We have found that they're carrying viruses. So which is the first to our knowledge. We didn't realise that these animals were... We knew that there was some sort of
Man
viral...
flu?
Well, we don't know if there's
Whale
man
flu. You could have just asked Moby Dick. I mean, it's like you... I mean,
Can you give them an antibiotic back through the...
Well, funny...
Not for a virus, of course, only for a bacterial infection.
Well, but, you know, the thing is that when you... Finding Nemo kind of ruined this for us, because once, you know, Dory and Nemo's dad went through the mouth and popped out of the nose, anatomically that can't happen. So
Right.
sorry for your viewers.
Okay.
So you couldn't take an antibiotic down the nostril.
OK.
Joe, they were lying in a
So when you were
movie.
sitting around thinking, how are we going to get this snot, sitting around, was it your idea? Drone. Someone said drone?
I was working at the time with Heli Scientific, and it was fantastic. It was a collaboration. We're out looking at whales for my other research, and we actually came up to it and thought, well, this is a colourful
So
collaboration.
you invented this. That's amazing.
That
and
is
this is if I touch this, is this a thing that's actually collected whale
That's the
snot?
snot.
So I'm
This
like
is
one
the-
handshake away from a blue whale.
So this is a clean petri dish, because every time we collect a sample, we like to clean the petri dish. But no, this is the drone that's
It's an
collected
actual
the
drone.
samples.
So if I touch the drone, it would have got some whale snot on it.
Potentially.
What about what about a sperm whale?
A sperm whale? Did you know sperm whales only have one nostril exposed? There's another
Just
fact.
checking.
Everyone knows
Why?
that. But you can't do this with many other aquatic animals, can you?
Dolphins are a little challenging.
Yeah.
But mammals particularly.
Have you thought
A super quick question. This is weird, but my favourite episode of Seinfeld,
Yes.
marine biologist, is where Kramer hits the golf ball and it wasn't a Titleist. Could that actually happen? Could a golf ball go inside?
How big's the hole?
Maybe if you're on a luxury yacht, you could. The hole is probably probably the size of my hand, maybe a bit bigger, maybe 2 hand sizes.
So it could.
Possible.
Yeah, it could.
And then it would come out on the snot.
Maybe, unless it might go down the
I
lung.
don't want to encourage people
No,
to do
no.
this. I was just
School
curious if there
holidays
was
and
any
everything.
accuracy.
I have another question. Have you thought about introducing this to the Japanese? Because they're very keen on whale research, but they can't seem to do it without killing the whale. This could be...
Anyone who wants to do non-invasive research, I'll definitely recommend it to.
Okay, now look, the good news is I've got some samples here of actual whales. So you said you wanted to be close to a Joe.
No, I did. That
So
was...
I'm just going to taste
the
it.
snot.
That's the actual whale snot.
Oh, my God.
We prepared earlier.
Joe, you were the one who seemed to want to get really close to this,
Like,
or
this is-
Jono.
Now you can say, I'm
I
a
just-
celebrity, get me out of here.
Can you slide that down?
Yeah.
Just, I'm not going to...
How viscous
So what sort of
Kinda-
things can we find in this snot, Vanessa? What?
Well, thanks to the research, there's a lot of bacteria. And a bacteria that we do know has potentially to cause the potential to cause pneumonia. Yes.
Pneumonia in whales?
Yes, whales unfortunately do suffer from that. And viruses.
And if
Viruses are
someone's
great.
ever sitting on a bus or a tram
Who's
next
going
to you...
to touch
Okay.
it? Who's going to
Hang on,
touch
here
it?
we go. Here we go. You
anyone-
weren't going to get this.
Pick it up. Pick it up, Jono.
Does you pick it up?
Oh, look, he's getting right. He just loves to get
Play-Doh.
right in there.
Oh,
Oh, my God. It's like a...
Oh, it's quite solid.
Oh, my God.
It's like Play-Doh.
Is it?
Oh, my God, John.
He's my favourite Greek
Do
philosopher.
baby
by the way.
whales ever
Oh, look at that.
Mummy, I don't feel so good. Is that really the real deal?
Thankfully, it's
Well-
not.
Oh, what? Is that... Are you tricking us?
Yeah. We wouldn't be able to bring an actual sample.
What is that then?
That's
It's
a bit of
just-
cornstarch and water.
That's from some guy
You
off
can
the
eat that
bus.
if you want. Oh, fantastic. Vanessa, this has been so much fun, and we've actually learned something,
learned
feeling
something today.
totally intelligent with
Yeah.
things to drop at our next dinner party. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
With your drone.